Domination, helping you dominate today. Feeling a bit lethargic bringing you guys this video. I've now been over 48 hours without cannabis. In today's quick video, I'm going to tell you guys how I'm feeling, tips and tricks to survive the withdrawals, and yeah, just my personal experience going through these withdrawals. Why should you listen to me? I personally have a relationship with cannabis for around 5 years now. I've tried to quit multiple times in the past and I had successfully quit, but I always came back cannabis plant. So hopefully you can relate to me and relate to my addictive personality, and this video is going to hold a lot of value for you. You cannot just quit an addiction. You must replace your addiction to cannabis. So if you are really addicted to cannabis and you expect you to just stop smoking cannabis and you don't replace that with anything else, you're gonna have severe withdrawal symptoms, as well as I don't want to be negative, but you'll maybe and most likely relapse within the first day. If you just sit in a room alone and you think, you're gonna start to, overthink about what you're missing out on. Meditation, working out, all these things are helpful tools, but I don't personally believe that the first few days you should be, being very disciplined with yourself when it comes to these habits, because in my personal opinion, in the past, if I were to work out and meditate, I would more likely feel like I could give myself that reward of smoking cannabis. It was really an interesting relationship what I had with cannabis. I used to use it as a distraction, obviously, but also as a reward. So each time I would finish a hard task, do a workout, finish something difficult, I would go and reward myself with smoking weed. Now this has led to multiple problems, especially within the first few days of the withdrawals. I've personally been very lethargic. I do still get my work done, but I haven't worked out, I barely meditate. But what I can say that is very helpful is when I do my work, I have my print shop here, so I work from home, God bless. But when I'm working and I'm doing my things, guys, what I realize is that I'm slowly feeling the urge to smoke. But if I were to just stop completely and go meditate or work out, the urge to smoke just gets bigger and bigger. What I'm doing right now is when I wake up, obviously I'm not sleeping as well as I used to sleep, although I am getting a lot of hours of sleep, which is extremely good. But what I do, guys, when I get that intense urge to smoke, especially after a meal or something like that, I just go lay down, I take my phone and I just mindlessly consume content. I know, guys, this is not the most, humble thing to say, that I am kind of taking my cannabis addiction and putting it back into social media. But I strongly believe that after that I've been withdrawing from cannabis for 4 to 5 days, I'll be able to taper down my social media consumption and obviously be able to start working out again and start meditating and start all my good habits that I have on my habit tracker. The other way around, if you are to quit weed and start doing all these productive habits, in my personal experience and perspective, I've became a lot overwhelmed, so all these habits will not, stick. I will do them for 2-3 days, I will struggle every single second of the day, and then I'll realize that I can't maintain those habits and I'll relapse, or I'll start smoking cannabis again, or I won't stick to any habits. So what I rather do, guys, is take time to heal. I am sick, I am withdrawing, and eventually, once I've been 4 to 5 days without cannabis, or whenever I feel that it's right, I'm gonna start working out again. I'm gonna start having more and more discipline with myself. But the biggest key takeaway you can take from over 48 hours without weed: be easy on yourself. Focus on this one thing that you're trying to quit, and obviously don't focus on it think about quitting weed, but just appreciate yourself for taking this time to heal. Love yourself, tell yourself, hey, Dom, congratulations, I'm really proud of you. Journal, express how you're feeling in your gratitude journal. Take a look at what's around you, all those things you can be grateful for, because really, guys, when you think about it, you're able to do anything with your life except smoke weed for a few weeks, guys, because after that, you're not going to be obsessing over it. But again, guys, I have an addictive personality, so I would be lying to myself, because I have quit cannabis for a month and a half beforehand, and a month and a half is not nearly as close as 6 months to a year. I would give myself 6 months to a year before even considering the fact of reintroducing a cannabis plant into my life. And this goes for nicotine, this goes for other drugs as well, depending on what you're struggling on. The main takeaway, guys, is appreciate yourself taking this time to heal. Be easy on yourself, and once you've been a few days sober, then you can maybe try to reintroduce the habits, the positive habits that you want to stick to. This is why you're quitting weed in the first place, to change your life. But the first few days, guys, I would just suggest that you guys find a new addiction. If you're able to work out, good for you. If you're able to, focus on your work, good for you. For the people that are finding it very difficult to concentrate and get a lot of work done and be productive, don't be so hard on yourself. You're withdrawing, you're healing. Give yourself some time, and I promise you, 4 to 6 days, guys, you'll be back on track. You'll be reintroducing those positive habits in your life, and sooner than later, you'll realize that it was the best decision you could have made, because everything you're gonna do in your life is gonna start to compound. You're gonna be sober with yourself, and you're gonna take actions that are gonna be beneficial for your future self. Again, guys, I made this video very short to keep it as concise as humanly possible. I don't want to give you guys too much advice, because too much is like not enough. So main takeaways from this video: don't be too hard on yourself. Take the time to heal. Replace your cannabis addiction with another addiction for the first few days, and then start reintroducing the positive habits once you feel like you have more willpower and you're able to, take more things on. And one final thing, guys, once you start reintroducing those positive habits in your life, don't get overwhelmed. Start small, guys. Like you're quitting weed, you're taking it 1 second at a time. You're taking, walks, you're watching a lot of videos like this. You're taking time to heal. Do the same thing when you reintroduce positive habits in your life. Don't do like, okay, I'm gonna start running, I'm gonna start all these. No, just do one single thing. And if you are to do a lot of things because you're obsessive and you like to have a lot of things accomplished and ticked off, do the bare minimum of each. So let's say you're supposed to run like 2-3 minutes and then go meditate. Do all these things, and don't overwhelm yourself with one of these things, because you want all of these habits to stick. This is why you're quitting weed, and this is why you're trying to take your mindset to the next level, so you can actually become a high performer. This is obviously overwhelming if you start to think, okay, I'm quitting weed, I'm gonna start all these habits. No, guys. First step is to quit all your addictions, and then you can start reintroducing the positive habits in your life. You're gonna be starting off out of a solid foundation, which the foundation is not gonna crack or shift compared to if you were to build, off of drugs. So if you were to smoke and run and meditate, okay, you are doing those positive habits, but the foundation is you need to smoke before you do those habits. So removing the fact that you need to smoke is going to lower you down, but the foundation is going to start to become more and more solid and secure and less wobbly. And from that foundation, you'll be able to build those positive habits. And the most important thing, guys, once you build that foundation and those habits, they will start to compound, and you will not have the urge to, let go of these habits and crack the foundation. The foundation is going to be secured, and from there all of those positive habits are going to stick there and stay there. If you are disciplined enough and you don't relapse, you're going to be able to compound all these positive habits until you become the man or woman you truly want to become. If this video shines some light on cannabis withdrawals and tips and tricks on how to have a more efficient way of living for the next few days, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe if you're new. This was Domination, helping you dominate today.